man, what the do y'all know about sports?
You are now listening to the Best Damn Sports Podcast. Period. Welcome back, everyone, to the What Do Women Know About Sports Podcast. I am Bree Nicole.
And I'm Vicky D.
We back.
Yes, yet again.
Quicker this time.
Right.
Quicker this time. What's going on?
Not much.
Same.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like life is finna get exciting. Or, not saying that, I'm not saying that like life is boring, but I feel like because the NBA is back.
Right.
It's finna be a little bit more exciting.
And football, you know.
Yeah, football's still going on. Like, I know hockey is back too.
Right.
Like the MLB is in the ending stretches because it's playoffs. Mm-hmm. Collegiate basketball finna start.
Yeah.
Collegiate football has already started.
Right.
So it's
it's some good games. I've seen a few.
October is a great month because you have
for all sports. Yeah.
Because like mostly all sports are rolling at this time. Mm-hmm. So this is a good month for just for those of us who like, you know, sports. If you don't like it, I apologize. Yeah. Life's probably boring for you. No shade.
Yeah, so in this episode, we're going to specifically dedicate it to the NBA.
The National Basketball Association.
Right.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the NBA opening night, which started October 18th. And the two games that were played were the 76ers and the Celtics and the Lakers and the Warriors.
Yeah.
We got the Eastern and the Western going on. So we're going to start off with the Eastern side.
Okay.
76ers and Celtics. So, did you catch that game?
I saw snippets because I was snippets, but I did see it. Mm-hmm. I will say that I was curious how the 76ers like were going to be with like James Harden being there. It's different. It's something new.
You know, because of the trade they have with Ben Simmons and
So I was just curious as to how, like, just to see like how he would fit in.
Yeah.
I think he's doing okay for now.
He does. He actually played pretty good.
But like that's the thing, he played well during the regular season. He played.
Start choking nerves.
Yeah. Like I'm never saying he's not a good player because that's not what I'm saying. But he plays. He always plays well. Right. During regular season. It's like when you get time to we at the wire, then it's like. Yeah. Where's Baby Beard?
I forgot you called him.
So, but from what I saw, and granted, it's still very, very early in the season. Yeah. But I think it
started. Yeah.
I think the 76ers so far, it's a decent fit for him.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say that.
So the Celtics did end up winning that game.
Shout out to them, as they should. Like they were in the finals last year.
Yeah.
So like,
and you got Tatum. You know, St. Louis. You got Tatum.
Jaylen Brown.
You got Tatum. So I did watch the game. So Tatum was pretty much playing at. Pretty much kind of left off where he was last year, but he's playing at an MVP caliber, you know.
As he should.
Oh, yeah. If Tatum keep playing the way he playing, if y'all don't think this dude is MVP candidate,
But he was great like that. I feel like ever since he's got into the league, like he's been great that. So
I was gonna say he pretty much.
He played
where he left off at last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jaylen Brown, he looked great. The whole team looked pretty good.
Which is good. Yeah. Which is good for them, especially with like what's going on with their head coach, like him not being able to coach.
Yeah, dude, I forgot about
like him not being able to coach this season. So for that to not be affecting them. That's a good thing. Like to come in with like, you know, a good mind. Like that's good. I did like their uniforms.
No, I was their uniforms were pretty amazing.
I think I heard like their uniforms are gonna have like a like a memorial type thing, like to Bill Russell.
Bill Russell.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bill Russell, during the third quarter, the Celtics did show Bill Russell's wife, Janine Russell. They showed her on the jumbotron.
Oh, she was there.
Yeah, she was there. They showed her on the jumbotron. In the stand, or the fans, they stand ovation for her.
Okay.
Brought her to tears.
Because I think,
and
I was gonna say, like, I know that she would go to the games with him. Mm-hmm. So this is probably, it's different. It's harder now without him and you attending the games.
Yeah. And they gave Bill Russell a tribute before the game, which included a great speech by Mr. Jaylen Brown.
Okay, that's nice.
Right.
That's really nice.
Right.
I mean, Bill Russell was a legend, so.
Oh yeah, 11 championship. What? Yeah. So Jayson Tatum had a 66 career 30-point game in which he passed Paul Pierce.
Shout out to him.
For the most by a Celtic player prior to turning 25 in franchise history. So nice.
Shout out to him. Nice. And Paul Pierce is also a previous Celtic.
Yeah.
So shout out to him.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I feel like Jayson Tatum is, like, granted he's still early in his basketball career.
Oh yeah.
But he's very legit. Like, you cannot say like, maybe this is just a little spark. No, he came in ready. He's been ready. He's been playing ready. He's been playing, like, at a great caliber. Because, like, in, like, the last couple of seasons, like, his team has made it to the playoffs. Last year, made it to the finals. Yeah. And like, for the most part, he's very young. Very. So, like, still got a long way to go. I feel like he plays very well. I can't wait to see what else he does in his career, because I think it's going to be a long career.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if he's gonna. I wonder if
stay
he's
with the Celtics.
Yeah. If that's a goal for him, is to just do his entire career with one team,
which is rare. I mean, not a lot of players.
Not many players do. It's a few.
Right.
Kobe.
Yeah.
It's a few.
Yeah.
Unless on, like, WNBA side, like Sue Bird did, Diana Taurasi did it. But not many NBA players do that.
I mean, I'm sure it's a few, but it's not a lot. Yeah. But for a major star like Kobe,
that was rare,
right? And
it was appreciated. Yeah.
I mean, he almost did jump ship, but that's another story. He stayed. So also Celtics defense on point. I mean, they were, like, the number one defensive team last year, right? So defense was on point. Yes. I think the 76ers will be okay. Yeah. I think they'll be good. Obviously, I think they'll make the playoffs.
It wasn't a blowout game.
Right.
So,
right.
So, like, it wasn't like they lost by a large margin. It was, like, single digits. I think that would be okay, as long as everybody on the team stays healthy, because Joel Embiid, to me, is like another Anthony Davis. He, like, made of glass.
Yeah, right.
So right. I feel like if they remain healthy and they continue playing well, because they lost the opening game, but then they won the next game. So as long as they keep a good consistency, I can possibly see them making the playoffs. I don't know how deep they will go right now, but I can see them going for a play, like making the playoffs.
And watch out for on the Celtics team, Malcolm Brogdon. I feel like he'll be a great help to the team. Good, maybe a good little 6-man. I don't know, but he did his thing as well. So be on the lookout for him. Okay. He is a favorite to win 6-man of the year. So yeah. That's a good award. Yeah, their defense is
it's solid.
It's solid, pretty solid. So
okay. Yeah. Shout out to the Boston 76ers. I'm looking forward to seeing, like, what the season will hold for the Eastern Conference. So because listen, it's a question mark over Brooklyn.
We'll get to them later.
Question mark.
Yeah, we'll get to them later.
Question mark.
Bye. Yeah. So the next game that happened was the Lakers and the Warriors. So
it was the ring ceremony.
It
was really nice.
The rings were huge.
They were nice.
Dude.
They were
You see
nice.
Jordan Poole's face when he got that ring?
They were nice. Like, the ring ceremony was really nice. it was just great to see them like be so excited for it.
Yeah.
I know that Juan Toscano Anderson, like he played for them last season, like for the championship, but he was traded during the offseason to the Lakers. So like he got a ring also that night.
Yeah.
He took the championship picture with them, and like he was really excited because like like those
he was
Phillies
part of that
boys,
team,
just to see everybody get their ring, like the players like Jordan Poole get their first ring.
Yeah.
That's always exciting to see Steph, Draymond, Klay, and then Andre Iguodala get their fourth. It's just always awesome to see. And then what I liked was that I think they had people from I think the first two people were either like relatives of folks who played on the championship teams of that year.
Right.
And then I think the last two or like the last three were players who were a part of that particular season of that championship. Because like I know the last person they showed before the players got their rings for this past year was Sean Livingston.
Right.
So I like that. I'm not sure if that's like normal for ring ceremonies, but I did like that because it was really cool to see like relatives of past players from those seasons when they run, and then just to see where they are now.
Yeah. Yep. So
I guess the question is though, do you think they can do it again?
it's gonna be tough, and I only say that because you got teams
The
that
West-
you wouldn't even think of.
The Clippers.
That would, huh?
I get what you're saying. I think because the West has always been a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, but then you got teams that you wouldn't think would even be good.
And I feel like they're
Are-
going to be good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they, especially in the East, so they may
Have some trouble.
competition this year. You know, granted, if everybody remain healthy, but that's probably not gonna happen. But yeah. So
Okay. So question.
Yeah.
So going into the game, with this being their first game after the ring ceremony, all of that good jazz, was there like any type of like reservations in your mind as to how the game was going to be, especially after the drama and commotion
No.
around Draymond and Jordan?
no,
Okay.
no, I knew that. Obviously, I knew the Warriors were gonna win. Like the Lakers been trash. I'm sorry, that's your team.
Listen,
But
we're
I
gonna get there
already
later.
knew.
We're gonna get there later because I have some. I have some stuff to say
I
about
know
my
you
team.
do. I know you do. But you know, so of course the defending champs, the Warriors.
I'm taking my earrings off. These things are heavy and they hurt. Sorry.
The Warriors. I know how that. Yeah, that do be hurt. But the Warriors, so they did face off against the Lakers. So everybody, you know, when they got their rings, all smiles. You know, they another banner raised yet again.
Another banner. It's the
their
fourth championship in what, 8 years?
8 years, yeah, fourth title in 8 years.
That's
so,
pretty good.
Yeah, so
pretty good.
The big scores in that game were Stephen Curry with 33 points, 7 assists and 6 rebounds, despite having an off game.
Despite
He
having
had
an off game.
night, even though he had 33 points.
Despite having an off.
It was an off night because he was 4 and 13 from the 3-point, and you know that's his specialty. So yeah.
Well, he was still off the high of like getting his ring. I'm gonna give it.
Hey, we gonna forget all that. Yeah, we'll let that pay. We'll let that ride.
It was ring night. You know. You know.
We'll give him a pass. LeBron is in the pursuit of chasing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record. He got 31 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists.
He's gonna get there.
Obviously,
This
'cause
season.
he is like Tom Brady right now. I don't think he's stopping no time soon. Why so you? Side note, Tom Brady, that's why your wife is divorcing you. Anyway,
That's why.
Anyway, yeah, so the Warriors beat the Lakers 123 to 109.
That's kind of like an easy win. That was like
yeah.
easy money for them. That was like easy money.
Oh yeah. And when you brought up Jordan Poole and Draymond Green, so obviously it wasn't an issue. If you saw on the court, I mean, it's business.
Yeah.
Business is business. You got to play the game. There was no
I thought
issue.
that would be fine. I didn't think it was gonna be a big problem. I think the problem is the fact of like we said before. It's the fact that we saw the video, If it would
the video,
if it would have just stayed in house, we would not have. It wouldn't have been this much of a debacle.
That's why I missed the '90s and before, because we
Yeah.
wouldn't have saw none of this. Like no. But Jordan Poole, he said, we went out there, we had the job to do tonight to win a game. If he's being asked if the healing has begun between him and Draymond Green after that fight. He said it was ring night, and that's really what we were focused on finishing the first game. It was a huge win against a really good team. So yeah, no drama.
Yeah, it's time to move past that. Like let that go.
It's a wrap. Klay Thompson did contribute. He's been injured or out for over a year.
Yeah, I think he came back towards the latter part of the last season.
Right.
So I figured his minutes would still be kind of limited. And stuff like
the
that.
coach did say his minutes were going to be limited, but obviously, it'll be raised.
Like as the season progresses and they see improvement.
Exactly.
Here's the thing. I didn't like they warm-up shirts at all. They look like bowling team shirts, look like a bowling league. I didn't like it.
You talking about fashion right now?
I didn't like it because it was a part of the game and I didn't like it. I don't know who picked out the design.
Whose choice that was? Yeah.
I didn't like it. It looked like they were part of a bowling league. I didn't like it. But I mean, if they liked it, they had to wear it, I guess. I'm not in a tax bracket, so it doesn't matter.
So Klay Thompson did contribute 18 points in 20 minutes for them.
That's good.
Yeah. But on the other side, the Lakers, they did commit 22 turnovers, which led the Warriors to gain 27 points. Go ahead, Bree.
That's gonna be a problem for them.
Let it out,
I don't know what it is that they're struggling with. I don't know if it's personalities, if they not huddling up and running plays together. But I'm probably jumping ahead, but this ties into the Lakers as a whole. I watched the game last night where the Lakers played the Los Angeles Clippers.
Okay.
They lost that game also. It wasn't by a huge margin, but they lost.
They do have a new head coach.
They do.
Darvin Ham.
And so that's probably an issue also, trying to get accustomed to a new coach. It's early in the season. I get all of that. But their backcourt is Patrick Beverly and Russell Westbrook. Them alone in the game last night, or between last night's game and the opening game on Tuesday with the Warriors, combined, Patrick Beverly and Russell Westbrook were like 1 of 18 from the field. That's ridiculous. And then the Lakers as a whole, between both games, were, I believe, I tweeted about it last night, it was like 8 of 84 from 3. Y'all have attempted 84 threes and haven't made none, basically.
And I'm playing against a team that's like,
even last night's game against the Clippers, they're stacked. It's a full team. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, John Wall, Kennard, shooters, and y'all don't have any.
whoa.
I don't know what they were doing in the offseason. Rob Pelinka, what's going on? I don't know what the Lakers have to do, but it's granted, it is very early in the season. They still have LeBron. LeBron is going to always be LeBron, but LeBron cannot carry a team to a championship.
He can't. I mean, I know he's
older.
He is older. Still playing good, but I mean,
he's older. Let's be honest. He's older. He cannot give y'all 48-minute games for an entire season and think that his body is not going to give out on him at some point. He cannot. I don't really know what. Now, Russ played well last night. Like, he was getting some blocks. He was great on defense, which is great. But you have to also convert whatever your defense is into offense. And if you guys aren't doing that, I mean, it raises the question: was Patrick Beverly a good choice for this?
Shoot, was even Russell Westbrook.
And he's been there, 2 seasons, 3?
Yeah, I think 2. I think this is his second year.
I don't know.
So, yeah.
But on top of that, and then you have Anthony Davis, who's currently healthy now, but AD made a Glass. Like, these are questions that the Lakers are going to have to really like sit and answer, because I know that they can't. It's not even trade deadline yet, so you're gonna have to like make some adjustments, especially against opponents where they have the shooters. They have them. A team like the Warriors, for example, you have the shooters. A team like the Clippers last night, they were making their shots. Y'all wasn't. It's gonna be a long season for the purple and gold.
Okay, I have a question for you. Do you feel like they will? I know it's early, obviously. But do you think the way they're playing now? Do you think they're playoff material?
No.
No.
And I'm not even being funny. Like, I know people are gonna say, but we have LeBron James. I'm not saying LeBron isn't great, but he is. A basketball team, 5 players on the court, it's a team effort. If the other 4 players are not giving the same effort as you are, you basically out there playing 1 against 5. That's a problem, right? That's a problem, and it's only been 2 games, but those 2 games have showed a lot, because the commentators even said that they had a rough preseason. They lost to an overseas GD league team. That's crazy. And it is nothing against these G or D league teams. I'm not saying like those players aren't great, because like they are also professional players. But my thing is, those players are not NBA players who we look at and say, oh, they should be at a really high caliber. Like, it's certain games like you expect teams to win. And I feel like there was a game they should have won if they played against a G League.
The Suns lost preseason bad in 1 game. So, yeah.
Or maybe was it the Suns? Oh, it was the Suns, not the
Suns
Lakers.
Yeah.
It was the Suns, not the Lakers. Regardless, the Lakers got to work on shooting. And then they were chunking up the game last night. Like, they was just throwing up threes just in the hopes of, I got a prayer it's going to go.
Yeah.
That's no.
Catching up, yeah.
But I will say that as of right now, based on the 2 games I have seen, they are not playoff contenders. Not even playoff caliber. They're not.
All right, so let's move on. So we've covered opening night. So pretty much next day, we had
the other teams played
a few more games.
There's a lot of games.
Talk about. Yeah, but so let's talk about the Mavs and the Suns.
That was a good game.
That was a good game.
They played on the Suns' home courts,
right?
So the game was in Phoenix.
I love you talking about the Celtics uniforms. I love the Suns uniforms. I mean, I know they had them last year or whatever, but I love them. I love that black and the
The game was in Phoenix.
Yes.
And let me just say, first half, it picked up where the Mavs ended with the Suns at the end of playoffs. Mm-hmm. It picked up right where they left off, because in that first half, the Mavs were running through. They were bulldozing their way through the Phoenix Suns in that first half. It was horrible. I don't know if the Suns were rushing and wasn't like really slowing down and running their plays through, but they were turning over the ball. It was, the Mavericks were bulldozing their way through them, and Luka was being Luka.
Oh yeah.
Luka is going to Luka. So
Luka's going to Luka.
Luka's going to Luka.
Yeah.
They were running their way through them in that first half. So for them to pull off a win, I'm surprised. But
you talking about
the Suns?
Yeah.
But shout out to Damian Lee.
Chin.
Like, shout out to Damian Lee, because he
saved the day.
He saved the day on that impossible shot. It was impossible. So the Suns won by a slim to none type of margin. So I'm not sure if they had to go back to the drawing board, but that first half was not pretty for them. It was not a pretty sight. And maybe it's like opening night jitters, like you are facing the team who booted you from the playoffs. But if that is the case, if my first game is against the team who booted me, I will be coming out fighting.
With a vengeance.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm trying to prove that y'all kicked out the wrong team. Like, we had a rough night. I mean, I had a rough night 4 games straight, but you would come out with a vengeance, like you know what I'm saying? Right. And that first half was not exhibiting a team who had a point to prove. So
felt kind of like a playoff game.
That team, because it's a bitterness there. Especially seeing as though the Suns had the best record.
Yeah,
and you were gone in the first round.
Yeah.
So it was a bitterness there. And so with that bitterness, like, you would have thought that it would have been shown on the court in a different manner. It wasn't.
Speaking of starting where they left off, that's definitely, like, this game, they pretty much started where they left off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was really surprised that the Suns pulled off a win, because
they knew what they was doing. NBA knew what they was doing with these matchups.
Yeah, I'm really surprised the Suns pulled off a win, because that first half was brutal. It was like, when I say horrible, it was horrible. I was like, I turned it off at one point because it was like they're not even trying.
Nah. Okay, so we're going to move on to the Brooklyn Nets.
Listen, I love Kevin Durant, okay? Love him.
Brooklyn Nets.
But I want him on a different team.
Do you?
Yes. Because I don't
Why?
Because he's a great player, and I feel like this is horrible.
Okay, when I saw the game, right, so I felt like he was pretty quiet to me in that game. Like, I just didn't.
Like, he wasn't giving Kevin Durant.
Like, I wasn't checking for Kevin. Like,
then that's a problem.
I wasn't checking for him. He was quite like he. Of course, he was scoring or whatever, but he wasn't the Kevin Durant that I'm used to seeing.
And that's a problem. It's kind of like he's complacent.
Right? He was pretty quiet.
It's kind of like he's getting
like Kyrie was doing more than he would. Like,
it's kind of like he's getting complacent being on a team that he knows he's gonna like deliver, and you don't want that. Like, Kevin Durant is an MVP, a Finals MVP, and a 2-time champion. You should never be complacent where you at. And that's kind of what it's giving. I don't know, especially now, like, you would think that Brooklyn would be like
you
coming.
Got Kevin Durant, you got Kyrie Irving,
Ben Simmons, and it's a question mark on him.
Ben Simmons, which he was pretty blah 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 blah.
Always is.
You know, he was
always
right,
is.
You know, yeah. But I mean, obviously they lost against the Pelicans. Okay, let's talk about the Pelicans. Can we please?
It's a question mark on top of Zion too.
No. I'm listen. Zion Williamson.
Yeah, Zion Williamson. It's a question mark on him too.
No, this game that I saw. First off, the matchup with Brandon Ingram and Durant, nice.
That's always a good matchup. Nice. Just because they favor in size and length.
Yeah, and I didn't realize Brandon Ingram was that tall and big.
Yeah, they favor in size and length. That is always going to be a good matchup.
Oh, people were sleeping on Brandon Ingram. Oh,
Brandon Ingram was.
I feel like he's a better fit for the Pelicans than he was with the Lakers.
I was just gonna say he was great on the Lakers, but I feel like the Pelicans is a better fit for him.
Exactly.
But him and Kevin Durant will always be a good matchup because they. Are similar in size and length. Yeah, their wingspan is about the same. Right, their height is so that's gonna.
And I was like, oh,
that's gonna always be a good matchup.
How tall and big he was.
That's gonna always be a good matchup.
Hey, he can move too. That boy can move.
Yep.
But Zion Williamson, okay, you got a question mark over him. I don't. And when I was watching that game,
he like glass.
Zion Williamson looked healthy in the mug.
Oh, he was healthy. He's healthy now.
Oh, okay, stop. Give this man a break, okay? Give him a break. Okay, so he looked healthy, especially with all those injuries. I think people forgot how good he really is. Or maybe people thought or maybe people didn't forget. They just, was waiting until the day that he can finally play at that level.
It's not that we forgot. It's just that when you are consistently getting injured, that kind of is like the headline at this point.
Okay, fine. Whatever. We're not talking about that. We talking about this game against the Brooklyn Nets and what I saw.
I hope it lasts because I have a question mark. And that is no shade to him. But, it's a question mark.
Okay. So, the Pelicans themselves, the team, they look very polished. Okay.
They probably are.
They got depth.
That's a young core too, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Zion. So what I was looking, I was happy for Zion because after he would score or whatever, he would have a little smile on his face. I think he was just happy to be playing.
Mm-hmm.
I did like to see that. And I also like to see, usually when big men, when they get to the rim or whatever, they like to dunk and use their power. With him, he uses other skills, when getting easy buckets and stuff, which I appreciate because, like I said, players like Shaq would just dunk the ball. But him, the other skills that he uses,
because I think he's always had those other skill sets, but we never get a chance to see it because he was injured.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I just said.
But I got a question mark.
Go ahead.
No shade, because he's in the same realm as a Joel Embiid.
Yeah, we know, but I don't. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about.
But if that's what we've only, I'm not saying that. But if that's all that we have to go on so far. Mm-hmm. I can't give you the high praise until
just be happy at the fact that this man is playing that we expected him to play when he first came out. Let's just appreciate the fact that he's playing great right now. Let's just do that.
I give him a 7 out of 10.
Oh my God.
A solid C.
Wow.
That's above average. Don't push it.
Well, I'm just gonna say, be on the lookout for this Pelican team because they are great. And like I said, I wish Zion Williamson will remain healthy. Like I said, we don't know. It's going to be over 80 games, so we don't know.
We want all players to be healthy.
Right. But I especially want him to be healthy. So
I get what you're saying.
Injured, riddled.
See, I get what you're saying. I think it's the fact that we've all expected so much, and we've never got a chance to see it fully, come just because of the injuries.
Yeah.
So, I get what you're saying.
CJ McCollum.
He is with the Pelicans.
I need Zion Williamson. I need CJ McCollum, and I need Brandon Ingram. I need all them to remain healthy because that's a great that's a great core.
Yeah. Ooh, CJ.
And again, I like CJ McCollum on this team. I like him on this team. So
I never thought he would leave Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
Never thought I would see the day.
Yeah, Pelicans finna put us on notice. They finna be like, oh, we heard, and we here to stay. We finna make the playoffs, okay? And
the playoffs after one game.
Shut up, man.
Okay.
I'm just saying, be on the lookout for this Pelican team, okay?
It's a new season. Anything can happen.
Anything. Like I said earlier, teams you never expected
might show up and show out.
Okay.
You're right.
Okay,
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. Not mad at all.
Also, we want to point out another game. Probably the last game we're gonna talk about. The Grizzlies versus the Knicks. Listen,
I feel like the Grizzlies have picked up also where they left off.
Right. John Morant is
I mean, he was annoying at the end of last season, but I think they picked up where they left off.
We don't talk about that. But speaking of teams that you don't think, the Knicks, surprising.
But to me, I feel like they have been getting better.
So last season,
yeah, they've been stepping up for each season anyway.
Yep.
This might be breakout.
Hey.
You never know.
That game, you talk about a playoff game? That game was intense.
Might be
Went to overtime.
It did.
It did go to overtime. Even during overtime, it was still some great energy, intensity going on.
This might be I mean, the Knicks might be the Knicks might be it.
Hey, this might. Hey.
Cause I know that like it's always the joke of the Knicks suck, but like I feel like they have been in the latter seasons or like latter ends of seasons, they have been like really stepping up and like getting better.
Yeah.
So this might be their time.
Yeah.
This might be their time. But I will say, regarding the Grizzlies, I feel like they picked up exactly where they left off.
Ja Morant is steadily improving.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's obviously the face of the Grizzlies, no doubt.
No doubt.
No doubt.
No ifs, ands, or buts about that one.
That dude is unstoppable. Like that.
It's his energy. It's the way he plays. It's It's he's his exciting. Athleticism. You know he's exciting. Like it's like whatever energy he had playing collegiate ball. Like he brought that straight to the NBA, which is good to have.
That was one of the best games. You know, for the first 2 days, that had to be the best game
so far.
Yeah, so far. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man.
It's gonna be an interesting season. Man. Pretty interesting season. I'm pretty excited to see like what the season is going to unfold like. It's gonna be interesting because it's a lot of like new people on different teams.
It's a lot of new players in general, and I'm just like, I gotta get used to all these new players now. Like they're gonna be the future of the league.
Yeah,
so I gotta. All the players that we keep saying this, all the players that we grew up watching they're
older.
They're leaving.
They're older. Like
they're retiring.
Like Andre Iguodala came back for this final season.
Yeah. Oh, for this season?
This is gonna be his last season. Okay. Like the article that I read said that he returned for his 19th and final season with the Warriors. So all the players that we know or that we grew up like loving to see play on the court or whatever, they're getting older and they are transitioning into retirement. Mm-hmm. Which is fine because, like, you know, as most things, it changes. You have to evolve. Yeah. But it's just the fact that we have to get used to these new players.
Yeah.
But they're great.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah. So.
They're great. I think the league would be in good hands.
I hope so because it's not like it used to be.
It's going to be in good hands. Okay. It's different. It's something new. Something new. So, yeah, it's going to be a good season, peeps. I'm excited.
I'll be watching.
Because it's some games tonight. Make sure y'all tune in tonight. It's a couple of games. Mm-hmm. A few games, according to the app, have already started. Yeah, some good games. Tonight's game I'm looking forward to is going to be the Grizzlies and Rockets.
Okay.
And Warriors Nuggets. Ooh. And then also Suns Trailblazers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Celtics Heat. That's probably a good game.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be watching, yeah.
It come on 6:30 p.m. This must be Eastern. I think that's going to be a good game. Celtics Heat. Because the Heat have been, in the since the bubble, they have been a team to, like, really watch out for. So... it's gonna be a great season. Let us know like y'all early predictions. Like we know we know it doesn't matter at this point, but just let us know your early predictions.
Yeah, what you think, right?
Yeah, what you think, or who's your? Make sure you claim your team early because we don't want no
bandwagoners.
No bandwagoners. Now I do bandwagon football, but I don't bandwagon basketball. Everybody know I love the Lakers. They just gotta get together. just gotta get together.
Yeah.
If you do not, make sure that you are following us on the Instagram. The Instagram, it is WDWKAS Podcast.
And our Twitter is What Do Women Know 1, and that's KNO1.
Also, make sure in the Instagram link, like in the Instagram bio, you click the link to our link tree. It does have all of our other social media and the articles that we have done. As always, I'm Bree Nicole.
And I'm Vicky D.
We shall see you next week. Peace. You are now listening to the Best Damn Sports Podcast. Period.